Hello my friends, today we're talking about the copycats and we're talking about the original ideas and how to protect your own ideas so that no one can ever steal your concepts, ideas, copywriting, because well, in the online world is a very important subject. Being in branding for over 20 years, I care so much about the ideas and how to brand them, how to trademark them, how to make them so unique that other people can't really copy them without being well recognized. Because when your copy is truly recognized and somebody is writing exact post as you usually write, well, people can see that they're stealing. And that's why the tone of the voice of your brand is so important. That's why the brand style is so important. That's why it's so important for your personal brand to be you. So let's talk about the copycats and how to fight them or to avoid them. My name is Eva Voda. I'm business and brand creator, and I've been in branding industry for over 20 years. I did work with 500 Fortune companies and smaller companies, medium companies, and individual experts, helping them to show up for their clients professionally, make millions of dollars, and really understand who they are. In a case of individuals, it's so important to understand who you are, what you want to do, who are your ideal clients, and how to work in this really crowded market, avoiding the copycats and stealing of your ideas. So, as I'm an expert in this field for over 20 years, you can ask any questions about that. But specifically today, we're talking about the visibility fears caused by the copycats, because I've been talking about visibility fears for over 5 years, really specifically because I had my own fears regarding video, and I've been in this branding and video industry for such a long time as a camera girl, and that's why I was behind the camera and I was so uncomfortable in 2008 to be on camera that it took me 4 years to overcome my own fears. And when I came online and practiced using my understanding of TV branding and stuff like that, I realized that I can do my best. I can create my own ideas. I can share a lot of fantastic information, but then I faced people who copied my ideas. I faced people who stolen my ideas. I faced people who were following me and loved my content, but as a result, they were influenced by my ideas, but they never gave me credit. So that was a big problem for me. So I'm going to share with you a few tips and ideas of my understanding what is going to do with copycats, because it happened to be that today specifically I faced the copycats situation a few times. So one of them was on the very famous illustrator from Japan, and she couldn't ask Facebook to remove somebody else's account mimicking her because it didn't do anything about the Facebook community rules. So she still have to face this fake account and she can't do anything about that. However, if she trademark her page, her brand, and she would have that little blue arrow or something like that, she would be in a different situation. So we always need to care about the legal part of our business and brand. So also, when we talk about the brand names, we need to understand that they are trademarked in different countries differently. So therefore, when we see that somebody else's idea is trademarked, more likely we will face the legal issues if we will start doing exact same thing. So we're not supposed to do that. That's why when something is trademarked or copyrighted, we need to be very careful about this. So being in advertising and being in art community for a very long time, and I'm personally from the family of artists, I do respect somebody else's ideas a lot. And therefore, we were always taught in the Art Academy that we're never supposed to steal ideas. We always have to focus on our own ideas, because if we're stealing somebody else's ideas, it's not just about consequences. It's also about own dignity, because, well, you are not artist enough, you are not creative enough when you are stealing ideas. Didn't you have your own, right? So that's ideas which were got when I did study in art school for 6 years and then in art academy for other 6 years. So I never ever steal ideas. That's like the biggest value for me personally. So I never do that. I don't really understand why people do that. So I researched on that a little bit. So first of all, there are certain levels of the following other people's ideas. The following other people's ideas means that you're really influenced by someone. But when you're influenced by someone in a positive way, it doesn't mean that you start stalking, you start copying them, you start creating the same hairstyle or same spectacles or same dresses. You are not copying them for that. You just influenced, you inspired, so you get the ideas just because you're seeing these people, but you are not copying that ideas. Being influenced and copying the ideas are two different things. So what happened when people copying your ideas with the negative thought in mind? So the idea number one, they are just not educated enough. So they adapting their own education, their own ideas, and therefore they're copying from someone who is well more educated and know more about something. So that's actually a good idea, but in this case, we need to give credentials. So this is what I always do, and we're going to talk about this in a minute. Now, why also people are copying somebody else's content? They are not creative enough. So they don't have that creativity sparkle and they just copying without having the spirit and soul. They're like, whatever, I will copy the idea and nobody will notice probably, or probably people will think that this is my idea. So it can be as evil that somebody just want to steal your ideas and make money on them because they know that they are better in marketing. And this is the very important aspect which I want to share with you. This is unknown facts in the scientist environment where ideas were stolen, like X-ray and all other kind of ideas like that, which were stolen from the original creators. So in this situation, what happened? The person who is more marketing savvy, the person who has better audience will get better exposure, and sometimes they will just make more money on your ideas and you will get nothing. And probably if they are known more than you, they will get all their credits as well. So how does that work in the copywriting work? Again, we are going to talk about this in a minute and why such tactics can actually cause serious legal consequences, because there is a law and this law is working in all the countries. And this is lucky for all our content creators that whatever you created online and whatever you posted, whatever you published is actually your copyrighted, your usage rights. It's you created this. As a creator rights, it is yours. So in a moment you published it, it's yours. So now if you published something which is packed with somebody else quotes and somebody else ideas, it's not really yours. So you really need to be original in your copy. You need to be original with your ideas, and in this situation you can claim your creative rights. So now, why else people are copying somebody else's content? They try to copy you because they have very low self-esteem. So for many people, specifically in this coaching world, in this environment where many people are seeing each other in a very close way, despite we are all in the other parts of the world, we can feel that somebody is more successful, more, I don't know, known, more attractive, or any kind of things like that. So when we see it, we subconsciously start copying them because we think that they are better than us. In this situation, it's more the work for a therapist or for coach who can help you to rise your self-esteem, because truth is you have your own ideas. You have your own dignity to not stealing other people's idea. You can do it yourself, and you can do ideas which actually look like yours ideas and not looking like 90% your other people posts. That's really important. Now, important aspect, now the second part of this video, I want to talk about what will happen if you want to protect your ideas and you will not show up. This is a big problem, big fear which people have, and I heard it from many creators and course creators, specifically people who are in trademarking. They were very concerned that when they will start speaking about their ideas, when they will start giving their advice, in this situation people will steal their ideas, they will just create videos similar to theirs. And in this situation, all the knowledge will be stolen. So unfortunately, in some cases, it is happening. So I have a fantastically talented friend who created innovative course in the pre-press, and majority of the big companies from the neighborhood country actually stolen his ideas and the course as it is. So unfortunately, he couldn't claim anything and he lost this big piece of content. He's still great expert and the best expert in the world perhaps about this part, but when he immigrated, he also didn't have the credit for all the content which was created on his behalf in Russian and Ukrainian languages. So talking about this, when you are not talking about your subject, you are giving the copycats all the rights to claim your content, because if they put an eye on your content, or maybe they probably get it somewhere else, well, they will be credited for this kind of content first. So as I said before, you need to publish something first, and then you have your creative rights for that. So absolutely show up as much as it's possible. So when you're speaking about your ideas, like I'm talking about visibility fears, I'm talking about visibility gym, I'm talking about personal branding, I'm talking about how your business and brand are working together, because I've been talking about this for, let's say, 20 years or more. So this is important aspect of my life. I can't remove it, I can't change it, because this is what was me talking about for last 20 years, right? So if somebody suddenly starts speaking about that, they will be different than me. And the common idea in the coaching world, when people are talking about this copywriting things, they're like, oh, we're all different, we are different emotionally, we are different individuals, etc. We will deliver the information differently. It is true. We all are different, but also there are credentials and understanding of the subject. If somebody doesn't know the subject, they will not deliver this information on the same level. Now, comparing two very similar attractive posts or promo posts, people may have the perception that you are also a fraud, like that copycat who used your ideas. That's how that can negatively affect your brand. So it's not a joke when somebody doing that, especially when somebody doesn't have that much knowledge as you have. So here is the thing. You need to show up with your ideas, because in a moment it's published, in a moment your ideas are mentioned, in a moment your ideas are online, you are an expert with your creative rights, legally. That's important, legally. So you can actually put this person in a court and these people will have to pay you dearly. This is really important. That's related to the images, that's related to the copy, that's related to majority of the creative content which you produce. So it's really powerful and good for you. Now, if you are an immigrant, because I have many clients who are immigrants, they're struggling with their pronunciation, they're struggling with their ability to show up, because the new culture where they are right now, 4 years, 6 years, 5 years, doesn't matter, 1 year, these people actually have 10 years, some of them. Now, these people have the problem to merge into the new culture. Why so? I've been there, I've been expat in India for 9 years, and the truth is, in the moment I crossed the border, I had phenomenal job as a creative director in a fantastic agency. But the problem was that all the things which I did before, and I've been the member of Artist Union, I had awards for the design exhibitions, I had awards for some branding things, I had all my education in the art and design and stuff like that. It was absolutely disappeared. How it disappeared? Because the mentions of this didn't exist in English-speaking world. So in a moment social media started growing and I had ability to build my own first site, I started putting this information in English online. The reason for that was very simple. I knew that the world is like, we have many languages in there, and I had to have at least the information about me in English. So if you are an immigrant and you are afraid of these copycats because they will copy you, you will have phenomenal ideas because you are an expert and you build your expertise in your country. Now, when you will show up as an expert in English world, people will not see these credentials. They will easily copy you, and it will be difficult for you to prove that these ideas are yours. So the first step you need to do, put your own credentials, at least on LinkedIn, put your own information on site. If you have any kind of topics or any kind of books which you created, translate them ASAP. So translate them and put them everywhere in English. Let people know that you have the background. That's really important, because then you can stand in front of the copycat who have zero education or less education, less knowledge than you, and prove that you are right. Now let's go to the third part of this video, how to copy as an artist. So when we talk about the copycats, that's a negative way of copying somebody else's content. So why it is negative? Because it can affect these people's brand, and because you imposed somebody else's ideas as your own. So you are an imposter. So as an imposter, it's a bad idea to be an imposter, right? It can affect your brand as well if you ever want to build one. So if you're just a business who make a lot of money, that's fine. But if you want to be a brand, which means trustworthy entity, when you helping people to work out through certain issues, certain ideas, and when all your ideas are unique and yours, then it's a different story. You don't want to be a copycat, because that will affect your brand. So how to copy but still not copy, right? So think number one. For example, I absolutely adore, love, and resonate with ideas shared by Kevin Wright. And I love his videos. I share them a lot. And anytime I mention something which I learned from him, excuse me, I always mention that this is first told to me by Kevin Wright. Or when I'm talking about ideas which I've learned when I was 16, I first read the book by Louisa Hay, and I was heavily influenced by self-development since 16, because I got my credential, what is it called, initiation from Maharishi Mahesh Yogi School for meditation, transcendental meditation. So that was long time ago when I started my journey for the self-development. I was 16 by that time. So when I'm mentioning something from these schools or from these teachers, I also give them the credit. I say that, okay, this was done by these people, this is told by these people, this is where I get this information. In my course, Visibility Gym, where 99% of people actually get phenomenal results. And many times when they come from some other places, they were like, my God, that was the first course where I actually get phenomenal results. Why this cost so cheap and stuff like that? So I heard it all the time. People really get phenomenal results because it's absolutely unique. But a lot of things also have the proof, because when I am talking about the storytelling, I'm mentioning Lisa Nichols, or I'm mentioning Abraham Hicks, or I'm mentioning other experts in this niche with their ideas, because it's important to actually give a little bit more extended view to your own ideas. Like if you ever was exposed to scientific writing, you know that you write your own ideas, but also you say that, okay, that is, it's based on this information, it's based on this research, this is information for the research. So you're giving the real links, you're giving real credit. This is how your ideas get actual value, because it's based on the real research, it's based on the real experts. So it's not just your imagination, it's real facts which did work for many people, and plus to your own ideas, your own method, it works even better. So giving credits to people from who you get the initial information is really the sign that you are professional. That's it. It's very simple, right? So this is important aspect of this, give credits. Now, the last part of this video, which I want to share with you, I had this a lot. When I got a few advices from different business coaches, they give me some ideas. And I didn't check these ideas because I have a habit to check my own ideas before I give these ideas to the client. The research is an important part of any programs which I create, and I always ask people to research on information before they give it out. So the business coach with who I worked with, she didn't research this information because she never had the habit. So she gave me the info which was a potential for the copyright infringement. So I start using that. Unfortunately, I'm not very happy about that. However, the point is that when we creating our own ideas, we need to understand that every single country have their own rules for trademarking and copywriting ideas. So chances are that if you are going to work globally, somewhere this idea is already somehow trademarked or copyrighted. So before you put your idea out, specifically when we talk about the name of the company, when we talk about the name of your programs, check if it is already copyrighted, if it is already available as a site, if it is already available as a social media handle, because if it is already there, it will be difficult for you to get online and to actually create a brand with this new name. So instead of invest a lot in the thing which is not copyrightable or trademarkable, I would recommend you to come up with a new idea which can be copyrighted or trademarked by you. It will help you to stay strong on your ideas and protect your intellectual property, because it's very easy, as my friend said, it's so easy and fantastic to steal somebody else's ideas. So don't do it. And I will tell you this, if you build your own brand, if you build your voice strong enough, unique enough, it will help you to protect your own creative property, because when your creatives are so much you and people love you as you are, then in this situation you are quite protected, because people are choosing you. They're choosing your own style, they're choosing your own personality, and they're choosing your ideas, because we all learn from many different experts, and sometimes our ideas can cross each other. It's absolutely normal. But as long as you give credits to people where you got this, it's absolutely legal, it's normal. If you take some ideas directly from people, you can say, I was inspired by this person, and you give credit to this person. It doesn't mean that you need to give links to these people all the time. You just need to mention their names so people know that you found your ideas from this specific expert, so that it will be fair. Now, I also want to tell you and encourage you to learn how to be yourself and show up fearlessly, because as I say, to build your brand, you need to find yourself first to be confident. Second, you need to brand yourself. You need to create the rules for this new self and understand how you're going to show up, and it will help you to work with your team eventually. And then the third part, you need to show up fearlessly. And this part is covered in my program Visibility Gym, and we're starting just today, and you can buy this program today and join us today. Or if you will not have time to join us today, join us some other next time when we will be live, and our group program will accommodate more people next time, because it will be really, really interesting experience with more interesting opportunities, prices, and teams. So if you are excited, if you want to show up, if you want to beat your visibility fears and show up fearlessly, absolutely try Visibility Gym. If you have any questions about visibility fears, personal branding, or how to show up professionally as an expert you are, absolutely let me know. Let's chat about this. I'll be happy to help you and overcome your visibility fears and become the real expert online who attract clients and really enjoy visibility. Visibility, business, everything. So you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be yourself. I will see you next time. Bye bye.